What's going on, guys? Parker here, and I am back with another video. And today I got my top 4 NBA player props for the day. And before we get into this video, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel down below. Give this video a big thumbs up, as well as leaving a comment on this video down below, because all of those 3 things really help the channel out a ton, and they help push my content out to more and more people each and every single day. So I really would appreciate you guys doing that, because it really does support me more than you realize. And it takes literally 1 second to do all those things. So make sure to do them all right now. But before we get into today's plays, I want to talk a little bit about Sleeper Fantasy. So Sleeper is running a free square like they do every single day for new users. They have not sent it out today yet, but it could be a LeBron free square. Well, there's no LeBron today. But, it could be a Devin Booker free square. It could be a Jason Tatum free square, something like that. Sleeper will be running a free square today. And you can get access to that free square as well as an 100% match on your first deposit up to $500 when you use code FF23 at checkout. That's code FF23. The link will be down below as the top link in the description. So go ahead and check that out, and go ahead and sign up for Sleeper today and get that 100% match on your first deposit up to $500, as well as the free square for today. And Sleeper runs discounted squares and free squares all of the time, way more than all the other DFS apps. So you want to take advantage of that. But without further ado, let's get into today's 4 plays. First off, I got Jason Tatum over 34.5 points plus rebounds versus the Hawks. So Tatum is over this line in 2 out of his last 3 games. The Hawks allow the 3rd most points per game in the NBA to power forwards this season. The Hawks allow the 10th most rebounds per game in the NBA to power forwards this season. And Tatum is over this line in 4 out of his last 6 matchups versus the Hawks. Overall, throughout his career, we've seen many dominant games for Jason Tatum versus the Hawks. The Hawks have struggled to defend Tatum pretty much his whole career, and we're getting an ideal matchup here today. The Hawks are one of the worst teams in the entire NBA at defending forwards, small forwards especially, but forwards overall as a whole. And Tatum obviously is the best power forward in the NBA. I meant to say power forwards especially. This is an ideal matchup for Tatum. He should go off tonight. He should have a huge night, and this game should be somewhat competitive. And even if it's not, Tatum will get his 30 minutes in pretty much no matter what. So big fan of this line tonight. Definitely think Tatum's going to cash. So Jason Tatum over 34.5 points plus rebounds versus the Hawks is my first play of the day. Next up, I got Jaylen Brunson over 29.5 points versus the Pistons. So Brunson's over this line in both games versus the Pistons this season. He's averaging 38.5 points per game versus the Pistons this season. Brunson has been absolutely dominant versus this Pistons team all year long. The Pistons allow the most points per game in the entire NBA to point guards this season. The Pistons allow the 9th highest field goal percentage in the NBA to point guards this season. Brunson has an ideal matchup here. He should be able to go off. Overall, this is as ideal as this matchup will get for Brunson. He has the best matchup that he could possibly have facing off against any team in the NBA. This team is horrible defensively, the Pistons. They're horrible versus point guards defensively. And overall, Brunson should be able to have a huge night, and I'm confident he will have a huge night. So Jaylen Brunson over 29.5 points versus the Pistons is my second play of the day. Next up, I got Kyrie Irving over 29.5 points plus assists versus the Jazz. So Kyrie's over this line in 4 out of his last 5 games. The Jazz allow the 5th most points per game in the NBA to shooting guards this season. They have not been good at defending the shooting guard position at all. The Jazz allow the 6th most assists per game in the NBA to shooting guards this season. And overall, this is an ideal matchup for Kyrie. He should be able to feast here. Overall, Kyrie should be able to have a huge night like he has been as of late. This is a prime opportunity here. He went under in his last game versus the Jazz a few nights ago, but I like that even more now because he's going to play better. He's not going to do that twice, and he's going to soar over this line tonight. I'm really confident in that. So Kyrie Irving over 29.5 points plus assists versus the Jazz is my third play of the day. Now for my fourth and final play, I got DeMar DeRozan over 35.5 PRA versus the Wizards. So DeRozan's over this line in 2 out of its last 3 games. The Wizards allow the 2nd most points per game to small forwards in the entire NBA this season. The Wizards have allowed the 3rd most rebounds per game to small forwards this season. and the Wizards allow the 4th most assists per game to small forwards this season. Overall, this is an ideal matchup for DeMar DeRozan. This Wizards team is absolutely horrible defensively. They're absolutely even worse defending the small forward position. And overall, this is a matchup that DeRozan should be able to have his way throughout. He should be able to have a huge game tonight, and I think he's going to have a huge game. So DeMar DeRozan over 35.5 PRA versus the Wizards is my 4th and final play. So those were my top 4 NBA player props for the day. Like I said, if you enjoyed this video and you do want to see more content from me, make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. Give this video a big thumbs up as well as leaving a comment on this video down below, because all of those things really help the channel out a ton, and they help push my content out to more and more people each and every single day. So I really would appreciate it, guys. And that's all I really got for this video. Like I said, I hope you all did enjoy. And without further ado, I will see you guys on the next one.